it's got enough rocking features that I can do that. I can pay the $9 and have a sustainable community, and we can chit chat a little bit more effectively. Good morning, D Ford. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, and this is Morning Motivations with Martine. I'm Martine Brown, and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I just try to offer you just a smidge of support. All right. So I'm just one imperfect person trying to navigate this thing called life. Good morning, Brend. Um, and I invite you to help me. I'm an imperfect person. I've made a lot of mistakes along the way, but I'm constantly looking for ways to improve and get better. And I'm just joining you for us to do it together. I also teach. I teach quite a few classes that cover a wide variety of subjects, but Canva is the one that I've really been teaching a lot this year. And market research is another one I've been teaching a lot this year. Just trying to help people um, get the things that they need done and in place. Let me pause. I'm not finished setting up. And so I'm trying to figure out how to streamline. I've actually even reduced my workload, and I'm going to continue to reduce my workload so that I can be more effective. Because sometimes you got to let things go in order to really focus and tune in on what's really important, what really matters to you in your business or even in your personal lives. So I'm happy everybody's here. Those of you that have joined the school community already, wonderful. Those of you who have not joined yet, go to my profile on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, I don't have any. No, I may have a few YouTube, Facebook. It's in the comments or the description of this live. For my TikTok people, right above my head, there's a circle. Tap on that, go to my profile, go to my pin site, and it says join my school at the very top. I think this is going to be a really good transition over from what I was using before. I've had a community for quite some time, but those of you who've been in the community, we'll just call a spade a spade. It's been dry up in there, and it's missing a lot of features, but it was included in the product that I purchased. And so, at the time, I couldn't wrap my mind around like spending $100 for a free community. I don't have like, yeah, I couldn't. Financially I couldn't. I'm gonna just tell y'all the truth. So you'll know that's the truth. Financially, I just couldn't do it. And so school just came out with a $9 option, which is a lot more affordable. And I can invest, $100 a year when my goal is to help my community, but I can't I can't do it a month. All right. So we're moving over. We were in one tool. Those of you that were in my old community, I've already sent you the school invite. All you got to do is jump in. Okay. Thank you for that engagement. I appreciate that. I see that engagement coming in. I'm just finalizing my setup here. Those of you that are on Facebook and YouTube, Facebook has been acting up. So if you're like, wait, you didn't even comment on my post, I probably didn't see it. So if you're commenting on my posts, 9 times out of 10, I did not see it. But I'm gonna keep working with them for as long as I feel like I can. For as long as I feel like I can. I'm gonna just keep at it, even though I am a bit annoyed with them as far as like being able to see all my messages. So if you're on Facebook and you're like, well, she's not even talking to us, go to TikTok, go to YouTube. I think the likeliness of me seeing those comments are much higher. Much, much higher. Yeah. Oh, I turned on TRM learning. I didn't mean to do that. Oops. I'm going to leave it on today, but I'm telling y'all now, I'm going to turn it off because I didn't mean to turn it on. Oops, sorry, my sister friends. Sorry, Regina. Sorry, Talia. I typically don't do that. We got 4 of you on YouTube. YouTube friends, if you don't mind, drop me a comment so that I can see, like, does it work? I'm using a streaming tool. Y'all know these first couple minutes, 90% of it is me, like, getting set up. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. But I can see y'all. I can see that y'all are there. But if you want to chat with me, TikTok's going to be a better option, I think. Because I just find that Facebook is. Let me mute this. It's kind of funky that way. But I can see you watching. Let me chat. Let me. Yeah, I can definitely see that you're there. All right, so let me finish setting up. Setup is always going to be a part of this because I'm only one person. Oh man, I always got people I gotta block, man. Man, it's always something. Good morning, Charlene. Let's block. Give them a good old blockity. Oh, let me block and report. Well, these bots, man, they be doing too much. Yep, block and delete, child. Block and delete. Good morning, Captain Kirk. Let me see what they wrote. Oh, that's inappropriate. That's inappropriate. I can't even say that out loud. My children might hear it. I can't even say it out loud, y'all. Dang. I want to know where them people live because I'm like, it's 7 o'clock in the morning over here. How do y'all have time? My son got his alarm on again. Man, he's killing me. Can y'all hear that alarm? Now I gotta go unbuckle. This is just, but I'm glad this is happening because this is just real life, right? We keep thinking we're gonna do these things and it's gonna be, everything is gonna be perfect. Nope. You're gonna have bots on the screen. You're gonna have a kid who did not turn off. Good morning, Lady Grace. You're gonna have your kid running their alarm and not turning their alarm off. It's just part of what's gonna happen. If you're gonna do anything worth doing, you're gonna have some challenges. Hey man. Hey. All right, so hopefully we aren't getting crazy alarms too much longer. Oh man, this iPad holder, I don't remember the name of it. I get questions about it all the time. But if you go to my profile, I have it linked. It's like things I recommend. Go to my profile, go to my landing page, scroll down to the bottom. It's going to be like things I recommend on Amazon. And you're going to see what those things are that I recommend. So I did link it. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, and welcome. I got to start over. Good morning. Yeah, Lady Grace, check out my profile. It's on my landing page. It's like my favorite things from Amazon or things I recommend, something like that. Just head on over there and you'll find where this stand comes from. Okay? Great questions. Thank you. I appreciate the shirt. Oh, let me see. Let me see if I can figure out how to do it. Because, honey, I got to get off the doggone machine every time. I'm on the wrong. Hold on. Because I'm going to add you now, Charlene. I'm going to add you now. Yeah. My husband was walking around. I was going to repeat it. And I was like, I better not repeat that. Because I don't know which one of these kids are up. There we go. All right, Charlene. I made that update. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I actually really, really appreciate that. Whenever you're here, don't feel no pressure. Don't feel no pressure. I don't want anybody to feel pressure. All right. Okay. This is how it's always going to be. It's never going to be perfect. Your setup's not going to be perfect. Your lives are not going to be perfect. Your process is not going to be perfect. And 9 times out of 10, a bunch of things are going to go wrong. Okay? So you just need to embrace that off the rip. Okay? Just embrace it off the rip. Okay? It took me about 2 to 3 months of having setbacks to realize that I'm going to have to just keep going live, whether it works for me, whether I have challenges or not. And I continue to have challenges. I continue to have things that go wrong, but I've made up my mind. I'm going to keep showing up. All right. Oh, Michelle, I'm so glad. How are you doing? So glad that you're in the school. It's going to be great. Those of you that joined the school, welcome, welcome. If this is your first time, hey, howdy, I'm Martine. And Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I go live and I walk and I talk. Here's what you need to know. You don't need to be exercising. Okay. All levels of movement are welcome, including zero. All levels of movement are welcome. This isn't about me getting you to do anything, but me giving you just a little bit of encouragement in your business and in your mindset so that you can start making changes in your life for the better. I walk and talk because back almost a year ago, I had a very specific goal of working towards getting some exercise in and going live on a regular and consistent basis. So I merged the two desires that I had on my heart. I merged them together. Okay, that's it. So don't feel like maybe you need to walk in the evening. Plug this in the evening. Maybe you need to be cooking right now. Maybe you need to be meal prepping. This is about figuring out how to get better, and whatever it is you need to do at this time to do that, and we can do it together, then that's a good thing. All right. Oh man, they on a roll today. Good Lord. I don't know where I'm getting these bots from today, but they is on a roll. That means I'm doing the right thing. All right. I'm going to take that to mean your girl is doing the right thing. Okay. All right. It's Wednesday. I'm going to go back and talk a little bit about what we did Monday for those of you who are here. I've actually never done a book talk before. So this will be new for all of us. This will be new for all of us. Because I've never done a book talk before. So this will be new for the both of us. Oh, they are. Well, they're on it today. Good morning, Jamia, the AI coach. They are on it today. But I realized I just need to keep taking risks. And every time I take a risk, it works out. So I'm going to just keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it. Okay. So we started a book study Monday. I just went over, this is what the book is about. It's called Let Them by Mel Robbins. And essentially, she had kind of like her own moment of revelation that she was holding on to things that she had no business holding on to. And she started talking about it and sharing it. It went viral. All right. And it made her stop and rethink what she was doing in her own life. And of course, she wrote a book. Because when you have a big existential moment, you write a book. Okay. And so Monday, we talked about the let them theory. That's the title of the book. And it's basically living your life with a radical sense of permission to conserve your energy and set healthy boundaries with people. Okay, this is about conserving your energy and setting healthy boundaries. I know a lot of you will block people left and right, but actually blocking people the moment they upset you or make you angry or make you feel afraid is the worst thing you can do. When your block list becomes longer than your friend list, then there's a larger problem. And so this book helps you better navigate relationships so that you can let people be in a way that keeps you with those healthy boundaries, but where you can still navigate life effectively. All right. Monday, we talked about three different kinds of people, three different kinds of these archetypes, these kinds of people that struggle with letting things be, with releasing control. I'm one of them. People pleasers, comparison addicts, and defenders and persuaders. So most of us are either trying to make everyone happy, trying to be a good daughter, a good son, a good spouse, trying to be the perfect mom for your kids. Okay? Some of you are in a constant state of starting over because it's not perfect because you saw what someone else did. Some of you are either trying to persuade people that you're valuable or you're in a constant mode of defending your decisions and your actions. Okay? And Mel Robbins basically says, let it go. Let people doubt. Let them delay. Let them gossip. Let them underprice. Okay? And we kind of wrapped up Monday with this idea of when we clear away these things, we can start showing up in our own lives in a way that is more efficient, more effective, and speaks to what we truly want to get done in our own lives. All right. So Monday, those of you that were on the call Monday, what do you think about this idea? All right. Those of you who have either read the book, those of you who are starting to read it, you're reading alongside me, or those of you who just struggle with people pleasing. Okay. Let me know in the chat. How do you feel about coming to terms with letting things go, releasing control? How does it feel when you think about releasing control? All right. What are your thoughts about that? Oh, so Charlene, she's got the story she tells about her friends and not being included. We're going to be talking about that. Right. Good morning, Ella. My YouTube friends, my Facebook friends, if you leave comments, I may not see them. So just keep that in mind. If you want to leave comments, you're going to have to go to TikTok. That's the only one I can for sure say I can see. But I do see you out there. All right. Say what greeting says. The book is powerful. I think so. And Charlene said it's very relatable. Yes. There have been several times in this I've read the first half that I'm like, oh my God, why is she calling me out like this? And I think that's going to continue. Okay. So if you need the book, grab it. I have it in my shop. So it's in my showcase. If you need it, go get it. Listen to it on Audible. I don't care how you get it, because I am not going to be covering every inch and topic in this book. I'm just going to give you my high level thoughts. I want you to give me your high level thoughts. And then if you're in the community, we can talk about it more. Okay? Got it. It might be worth the read or listen, whichever one works best for you. It might be worth it. I found it to be really, really profound so far. Like, I'll probably reread it and reread sections for a long time. All right. Today, I want to talk a little bit about chapter 1 and 2. Okay. Basically, one of the biggest things I walked away with in this first couple chapters is that we're wasting time because we're giving ourselves away to everybody else. And a lot of this has to do with trying to control other people, trying to control what they think about us, trying to control, making sure they like us, making sure we're liked. I don't know if anybody can identify with that. And it's not just in our romantic relationships. Not just in our romantic relationships. So often we want to be liked. We want to be loved. And we don't want anyone to ever have a bad thing to say about us. But at the core of that, it's about control. Controlling the narrative that's out there. And to me, it says all of that's rooted in trauma. And I have to agree. Okay? How we were treated growing up, how we perceived we were treated growing up, what we didn't get growing up, or what we got too much of. How we've navigated our adult relationships, whether it be in business or in our personal lives, how we co-parent, and how we parent with our spouses. All of that is rooted in control. I'm a control freak. I hate when people are upset with me. I hate it. I hate when people have contrived a negative connotation to me, or because of my actions or my decisions, they feel hurt. And it's taken a whole lot of time in therapy to slowly start to heal from this mindset of whether or not I hurt them or not, whether or not it was intentional or not, it's not my responsibility to carry the burden of other people's actions. And I'm going to say this to you. It is not your responsibility to carry the burden of other people's feelings about you. Not your ex-husband, not your child's father, not your best friend that you're no longer friends with, not your business partner that you're not a business partner with. Doesn't matter what it is. Okay? And let's talk about what this looks like. And I want you to share with me what this might look like. I'm going to give you one example. And I want y'all to give me some examples in the chat. Here's an example. You just screenshot all of the text messages between you and the boyfriend so you can reread them and analyze them with your girlfriend or boyfriend. You're trying to pick apart every little word to determine meaning, to determine self-value. Can you guys think of some ways that we get so wrapped up in how people perceive us that it sends us down a rabbit hole? Give me some examples in the chat of some things that you don't, doesn't mean you've necessarily done it. It could mean that you've seen people do it. It could mean that you've been on the other end of experiencing it. You're playing over the last conversation. And I'm gonna be transparent with you on this one. If you lost a parent or a sibling and you keep replaying the last couple of interactions, especially if those last couple of interactions were not positive, and you're wearing the burden of that emotional experience, you're allowing it to define who you are. and it controls how you interact with everybody. It negatively impacts how you engage with your own children, how you engage with your spouse. Now, Michelle said sometimes it's based in empathy. We're trying to empathize with the other person, but the next thing we know, it becomes a self-esteem issue or low self-esteem, because now we are trying to carry something that doesn't belong to us. All right, so let me know in the chat. Doesn't have to be you. If you can think of times when you or someone you know, they keep recounting the moment. They keep retelling this story in their head, trying to figure out what could have I done differently? What could I have done to make them like me or love me? How could I have shown up differently? All of that is power that we're giving away. We give that power away every day. Every day. And I want to talk to you a little bit about where the power goes, because that's important too. I'm going to talk to you about where that power goes, because that's important too. But let me give you, I gave you some personal examples. Let me give you some business examples. And then I'm going to drink some water. And then in the chat, tell me how it shows up in your world, or how you've seen it show up. Okay? You keep pausing the launch of your program because you've seen someone else's program and you don't think yours is good enough. You've assigned way too much value to what they have going on and not enough for yourself. So you keep restarting or relaunching or moving the date or trying to tweak one more thing. Good morning, Miss Samela. You keep trying to control all aspects of the situation. And it don't work. Good morning. Good morning, Black Girl Designs. We're talking a little bit about chapter 1 and chapter 2 of the Let Them Theory book. I'm going to drink some water from my H2 water bottle. I ain't had none today. Y'all let me know if there are any times where you find yourself, or you've seen, and it may be when you look at your kids. Maybe you have a child that just wants to be liked. I stepped on my cord, y'all. It happens. I'm gonna keep going. I think it's the second time, which actually that kind of makes me happy because I didn't want to find out the hard way that it worked. Yeah, I will. I gotta watch how I swing my arms. I didn't have an emergency cord before, but I'm glad I have one now. Oh, for sure. I think about quitting at least once a month. I think about like maybe what I'm doing and the decisions I'm making are all the bad ones. Like maybe I'm making the wrong choices. Maybe I'm not taking the right steps. No pun intended. Right? All that self-doubt. But it literally sucks us of time because we're trying to control an outcome that we really can't control at all. All right? We keep trying to control this outcome that we really cannot control. It kills the control freak in us. It really does. Okay? So either you do one or two things. You're trying to take on the burden of other people's behavior and assign blame to yourself, or you're trying to manage other people's behavior. Usually shows up a lot when we're trying to support our adult children. You probably see that more then than any time, to be honest. Good morning, Miss Linda. Maybe it's that best friend you keep giving advice to, and they can't ever seem to take it. But you're telling them all the right things to do, and they don't take none of it. You're giving too much power away. And so within all of this, essentially, we've got to let them. Okay? And when we create a let them environment, we're detaching from other people's moods and actions. Okay? So, when we use the words let them, you've got to send yourself through an emotional process of separating yourself from their mood and their actions. You at your job, you don't like the team dynamics on your job, let them. Detach yourself from their moods and their actions. You've got a spouse. To be honest with you, I feel like anybody that's been married over 5 years, they've got some experience in the let them. Okay. Anybody been married more than 5 years, you know. You probably have been engaging in let them and didn't know it. Okay, so the first part of this is removing yourself, removing the ownership, removing your emotional response to someone else's behavior that you cannot even control. You can't control it. You cannot control their behavior. You cannot control their actions. And this is different from protecting your peace. Because people say that a lot. Well, I do let them. I protect my peace. It's not the same. Oftentimes we isolate. We cut people off. And when we isolate and we cut people off, we are not letting them. If anything, the isolation and the cutting people off is only you're perpetuating a sense of control you don't actually have. Okay? Blocking people, cutting people off, just the act of doing, I'm not talking to you no more. That's not let them. Okay? That's isolation. And again, like she talks about in the book, you isolate enough, you're going to be alone, and you haven't set healthy boundaries. You've put yourself in your own emotional shell, and that's not healthy. And that's not going to help you navigate your life. Okay? So we are going to get in the practice of let them. No matter their behavior. Man, these last 10 years, I have run across some despicable people. And I don't even like to say that. I hate saying that. But I've ran across some terrible human beings. I didn't even realize how terrible people can be. And for a long time, I was neck deep in the habit of thinking their bad behavior had something to do with what I did, quote unquote, wrong. And it's taken a long time to really go, no, they did things that were wrong. They hid them. They lied. I haven't cut them off. I don't engage with them as often. But when I do, I can do it calmly. I can do it took a couple years, without ill feelings, because I let them be. Because I've disassociated myself from their behavior, their actions, their moves, while also staying true to myself. And I need y'all to do the same. Put a 1 in the chat if you've had people where you've carried the burden of their emotions and actions. Put a 1 in the chat. I hope it's not just me. Good morning, Michelle. I hope I'm not the only one. Put a 1 in the chat if you've carried the burden of other people's moods, actions, and behaviors. Oh, good. So I'm not by myself. I'm about to say, wow. Maybe I'm a fool out here. Maybe it's me. All right. And so then she says, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to let them. Okay. So when we say let them gossip, you're not ignoring that they're toxic. This cord is getting wrapped up. I see what's going on. Let me switch arms. Cord is getting wrapped up. Okay. So when you say let them, okay, let them gossip. You're not ignoring the toxic behavior. You're just refusing not to carry it anymore. When that honey teenager boo thing that you're really still trying to guide and sculpt in life, and they're making that decision, it's not a harmful decision, it doesn't hurt them, but you don't feel like it's what's best for them in this time, you're going to let them. And you're not going to carry the burden of the results. I'm going to let that simmer. For some of you, you have spouses or parents that always question every decision you make. They're always questioning the career decisions you make, the moves that you make. They always have something negative to say. You even go into the space practicing your defense. Some of y'all think y'all lawyers, and you just spent a lifetime as a fake defense lawyer. All right? You just spent a lifetime doing that. So we got to shift our mindset, right? So we know, I say I'm going to start this new business. They say, you sure you want to do that? I don't know about that. Do you even have money for that? So what we're going to do now is we're going to let them doubt. We're going to allow them to own their own doubts. And then we're going to focus on, okay, our focus is going to be on our own progress and growth. That's where we're going to live. We're going to live in a space of progress and growth. We're not going in with our defense ready. You're not a lawyer. And if you are a lawyer, you put the lawyer hat off when you're not at work. You cannot spend your life defending all of your decisions. You are wasting time. Let them own their own doubts. I think that's so meaningful. Family and friends will communicate more doubt than anyone else in your life. Good morning. Good morning. Family and friends will communicate more doubt than anyone in your life. So, Put your fake law degree down, and you need to let them own their own doubt. You don't need to own it. Put it down and focus on your own progress and growth. And if they love you, they're going to support you along the way. Okay? And if they love you and they still don't support you all the way, you're going to let them own that too. And you're not going to let that distract you. It's a distraction tactic. Each one of us as individual beings and how we're related to everyone else, all of us leverage our interconnectedness to try to better understand if we're the best person we can be. Here's what I mean when I say this. Your father may not support you because his own personal self-esteem is so low, his own doubts are so dark and so deep that there's not even space within him to support you well. Because he spent 55 years living in a space of doubt. How can someone encourage you when they don't have enough belief inside of them for their own lives? Let them carry their own doubt. You carry progress, carry growth, and carry consistent practice. And when you can create enough space for that, there ain't nothing you can't do. There's nothing you can't do. Good morning, brother Corey. Good morning. Good morning. We're talking about the Let Them book study that I'm doing. I've never done one before, but here we are. All right. So I want you to take some time to think. You can put it in the chat or you can write it down. But I just want you to think about it. I'm not looking for responses. This isn't that. But I want you to write, let them fill in with a current stressor. And then when you fill in with that current stressor, whatever it is, okay, then I want you to make a decision of what you are going to own. I'll give you an example. Let them cancel our call. Let me block time for some deep work. Let them talk poorly about me. You let them do that. You release yourself from their mood, their actions, their behavior. You're going to release it. Let me focus on taking care of my family or diving deeper in my business. You got to release it. I said this Monday, and I guess, Miss Mella, I'm going to have a combination of me falling for a month and holding my hands up like this. All right. Monday, I talked about it. I'm going to talk about it again today. You spend so much of your time like this, trying to defend yourself. But if you let it, then your hands become open and free for something you never would have expected, for opportunities, because you're doing the work. Okay? You're doing the work. So you're going to let them. And then after you let them, you're going to release it. You need to decide on what your actual focus is going to be. And you need to double down on that with everything in your soul. Not to spite them, not as an act of revenge. It has nothing to do with them. This has everything to do with you separating yourself from feelings, emotions, and actions, behaviors of other people that don't belong to you. Some of y'all will be multi-billionaires if you were able to stack up how many times you've collected other people's burdens to carry. You'd be billionaires. You wouldn't need no business. All right? You would be the Elon Musk of carrying other people's burdens. Maybe that's not a good example. Who else is a billionaire? You would be the Oprah Winfrey of carrying other people's burdens. Multi-billion-dollar mogul. If you could count the burdens you carry for other people, the behaviors you carry for other people. All right? So you're going to let them. After you let them, you're going to let me. Okay? Let them sleep in on summer break. Let me enjoy my silent coffee ritual. Or me at my house. Let them sleep in. No, they have not cleaned up the things I wanted them to do. No, they're not meeting my expectations on a day-to-day. Let them sleep in. Let me focus on getting my morning motivations calls done without interruptions. Okay? When my reel flops, when the social media post does not get any traction, let me repurpose that into a 15-second clip and see if it works a little bit better. Let me email it to my subscribers and see what they think. Let me drop it in my school community. Okay? You've got to learn to pivot in your life. You keep letting, I keep letting, you keep letting, we keep letting all of these other people and their things. All of these other people. All these other people. Their emotions, their actions, their behaviors keep us from what we really want to do. Keep us from our own potential. Good. No, don't feel like you got to write in the chat. That's a little too intimate. But I want y'all to really start thinking about what you can let go of and how you're going to move forward. How you're going to double down on what matters for you. All right? It's important. It's important. All right, I'm going to put this in the school community, but you are more than welcome. I'm going to tell you here, okay? So here's kind of what we're going to do, okay? You can use ChatGPT to help you. I want you to write down 2 or 3 things that you've been holding on to, burdens that you've been carrying, okay? Write them down. And then I want you to ask GPT to help you come up with a let them, let me statement. Okay? Let them, let me. If you're reading the book, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not reading the book, go get the book. Then you're going to know what I'm talking about. I'm going to drop the chat GPT prompt in the school community. And then when we meet Friday, we're going to celebrate. Okay? So continue reading the book. Next week, next Monday, I'm going to jump into chapters 3 and 4. Okay? So I'll do that next week. Next Monday. Oh, thank you, Mr. Miller. Don't forget to join. That's going to be like where I put all my morning motivation stuff. It was super easy too, y'all. I was done in a couple of hours. I was very surprised. Most of you know I've been shuttering things, stopping projects and programming. I've got a contract that wraps in a month or 2. I'm probably not going to, I don't think I'm going to move forward with that contract. It's going to be like one of the second or third things that I've clipped. And it's all in an effort to just be more focused and be more sound. There were things in my life that I was letting go of that I just wasn't as on top of. And I needed to get my life together, basically, and really assess what I was doing, why I was doing it. And I'm finally kind of getting myself back in a healthier groove. Join me. Join the school community. I'm going to drop this prompt, but remember, I'm kind of limited on my information. If you want to go deeper, you got to get the book. Okay, get the book so you can go even deeper. This is just a little 30-40 minute talk. Okay, when we come back Friday, we're going to celebrate. So what am I looking for? Have you found moments through the rest of this week where you had the opportunity to let them own their own behaviors, their own actions, and you did it? And if it's not that, are there business related goals that you hope smashed for the week? Okay. Did you learn something new this week? Did you start your own school community? I want to hear about it. I want to celebrate you. Okay. So Fridays we won't on Fridays we won't dive into new chapters. I don't like doing it on Fridays. But we are gonna kind of talk about like it, how's it going? How are you doing? Thank you. Now, and I will let me just give a disclaimer. Y'all, I've been had a community. I just rolled everybody over to school because they dropped the price. Let me be clear. I've had a community. And my folks in the community know I was struggling to get content in there. And I was struggling to remind you that we had these codes. I was struggling. There just weren't enough features to help me propel this thing the way I want to. That's just the truth. And school had it, and they dropped the price. And I was like, cheaper? It's like, show your eye. Yeah, but you wouldn't. See, Charlene said, she's been in there for a while. Yeah, but I wasn't sending nothing in there. So I think this is going to be a better option in the long run. And it's only $9. Like I can do. If I sell one class one time a month, then I pay for my school community each month. And I'm gonna sell one class a month. So it's a wash. It's a wash. Is there anyone else starting school communities now that they've dropped the price? Let me know in the chat. Good morning, Leah. That's right. Downgrade, girl. Save you some money until you can build it up. That's my thought. Like, if you're at that higher plan, downgrade so you can build it up. Corey said, new music to my ears, right? Say what greeting says. I'm looking into it. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think it's a great option. There's a lot of features that my previous group membership product just didn't have. And I was like, oh, okay, girl. Go on over here then. I can do this. Good morning, Jasmine. All right, so speaking of the school community, on my TikTok, the circle that's up there by my head, up there, right there, tap on that. It takes you to my profile. Okay, when you get to my profile, click on my profile. That's how it's supposed to be how it works. Let's see. I don't know if that works like that no more. It used to. It don't work like that no more. Not on this. Go to my profile. And when you get to my profile, go to my landing page. And at the very top, it'll say join my school community. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything to join. So there you have it. That's my gift to the world. Good morning, Bree Bree. Okay. And then I'm going to put the replay from today in the community. I'm going to put the chat GPT. Good morning, Tamberly. I'm going to put the chat GPT prompt. Mr. Miller, I'm being super careful about my cords now. And I'm not even gonna cut it out. It's fine. I'm gonna embrace the error. And then I don't know what this thing is gonna become, but I'm excited for the journey. I'm a lot less. I was really, really stressed the last probably 2-3 months. So I'm feeling a lot less stressed. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna cut another thing off my to-do list So my stress levels are gonna go down some more. Y'all, I recommend. All right. Bree, we are wrapping up today's call, but we talked about the Let Them Theory book. I'm doing a book study on it. And basically there are two things. Bree, make sure you join the school community. We got to release people, and we have to remove ourselves from their behaviors, their actions, and their feelings. We carry the burden of it a lot of the times because we're wanting to make them happy, because we want them to like us. We want them to accept us. And the reality is that it's their pain to carry, not ours. And so we let them. And once we get in a place where we can let them, we can devise a plan on what we're going to do next to create a great, healthy environment for ourselves. That's what we talked about. Put a 1 in the chat if you got something you're releasing this week. Put a 1 in the chat if you got something you're going to work on releasing this week. Put a 1 in the chat if you got something that you intend on releasing this week. Just one thing. All of us should be able to point out that thing. Keep reading the book. Keep listening to the book. Friday, Talia has her Let's Take Note class. She's going to be repurposing notepads, sticky notes. Okay? Go check out her class. Sunday, we will be back with Sundays with TRM. All right, let me take a little swig out my water bottle here. She really, really is. She's one of those crafters that she's just mastered the art of doing things well. All right, y'all. Tonight, Talia has her Patreon subscribers. Talia has her co-working session tonight. I'm sure she'll be sending out communications just as a reminder. If you're a Patreon subscriber and you don't come to your co-working, you're missing out. YouTube and Facebook, you guys have a good day as well. And I will see you Friday as well. AI certified, blueprint tight, helping your biz get its money right. She scaled the hustle, automate the stress, turn passion.